title of most popular or best-selling Nike shoe of all time is generally given to the Nike Air Force One. Here are the key reasons for its popularity. Best-selling. It's frequently cited as Nike's best-selling sneaker of all time, with reports indicating it sells millions of pairs annually. Iconic and versatile. Introduced in 1982, it's a timeless classic that transitioned from a basketball shoe to a streetwear staple. Its simple, clean design, especially the all-white low model, makes it extremely versatile and a base for countless collaborations and custom designs. Other highly popular and iconic Nike shoes. While the Air Force One often wins in terms of pure sales volume, several other shoes are incredibly popular, influential, and iconic. Air Jordan 1, AJ1. Released in 1985 as Michael Jordan's first signature shoe, it changed the sneaker industry forever. It's one of the most coveted and hyped sneakers, constantly released in new colorways and collaborations. Nike Air Max 90, AM90. Known for its visible air cushioning unit and its distinctive angular design, the Air Max 90 is a globally recognized and consistently popular lifestyle sneaker. Nike Dunk. Also introduced in 1985 as a basketball shoe, the Dunk has seen multiple resurgences in popularity, especially in its low and SB skateboarding variants, becoming a major force in sneaker and streetwear culture.
All right.
So while the Nike Air Force One is likely the most popular in terms of sheer volume and consistent sales, the Air Jordan 1 is arguably the most culturally impactful and sought-after silhouette today. Is there a particular style of Nike shoe you're interested in, like for running, basketball, or casual wear?
No, I was just curious. I was just curious, dude.
That makes perfect sense. It's one of those interesting questions about pop culture and fashion. If you're ever curious about other popular brands, specific sports shoes, or anything else, just let me know.
Okay. Thanks, buddy. How are you doing today? Well,
you're welcome. As an AI, I don't experience feelings or have a day the way a person does, but I am operating perfectly and ready to assist you with any other questions you might have. What else can I help you find information about?
Well, never mind for asking, bozo. Well, what do I ask you? Hang on. Oh, losing. No, they're talking about real quick. What are you talking about?
It's a common feeling that time seems to be passing quickly. This sensation, often referred to as the time-speed illusion or the tachypsychia of time, is actually a well-studied psychological and neurological phenomenon. It's not that the physical seconds are changing, but how our brains perceive and encode time as we age or as our routine changes. Here are the main psychological and neurological reasons why people often feel the days or years are passing faster. 1. The proportionality principle. When you are young, 1 year represents a large fraction of your total life. E.g., age 5. 1 year is 1/5 or 20% of your life. As you age, 1 year becomes a smaller and smaller fraction. E.g., age 50. 1 year is 1/50th or 2% of your life. This makes each unit of time feel less significant and therefore shorter in retrospect. 2. Lack of novelty/routine. Our brains encode memories based on novelty. When we experience new things, common in childhood, our brains create lots of new memories, making that period seem rich and long when we look back. As adults, we often fall into routines, work, chores, etc. Since a long stretch of routine days lacks new, distinct memories, the time feels compressed and flies by. 3. The holiday paradox. Time seems to pass slowly while you are engaged and focused, like during a new, intense experience or when you are bored. But it seems to pass quickly when you look back on a period of routine. Would you like to know more about the science behind time perception, or perhaps how people try to slow down the perception of time? Less than query _ source, greater than less than search, greater than how to slow down perception of time psychologically, less than /search, greater than less than search, greater than why does time seem to speed up as you get older, less than /search, greater than less than search, greater than psychology of time speed illusion, less than /search, greater than, less than /query _ source, greater than.
What in the Roku remote is wrong with you? All right, yo.
That's That sounds like an incredibly fun and complex battle scenario. Musa, with her elemental, shadow, and light magic, is certainly a formidable opponent for Battleretta, who has a huge array of physical and elemental powers. Since you will be playing as Musa, sorceress of elemental, shadow, and light magic, I will control Battleretta, warrior of fighting. Let's set the
Yeah, is that her name? Is that her name? Well, there you go.
stage for this epic fight.
Nope.
The scenario, Mount Cinder. Setting: a vast
course.
ancient arena carved into the side of a dormant volcano known as Mount Cinder. The ground is primarily hard, cracked obsidian, dark volcanic rock, providing excellent footing but no easy cover. The air is slightly
Musa can fly, so can Battleretta here.
thin, and a faint plume of smoke rises from the peak high above. Starting position: the two combatants
Controlled by
start
AI.
100 feet apart in the center of the arena. Battleretta, controlled by AI. Ability category: specific powers, physical, superhuman strength, superhuman durability, super speed, superhuman agility. Elemental: ice breath, ice powers, fire powers, sand powers, mud spells, 6 total. Energy/sight. Flight, heat vision, skill/support. Knows 5 martial arts. Paint powers. Musa, controlled by you. Ability category: specific powers. Elemental magic. Control over elements like air, water, earth, fire, etc. Shadow magic. Control over darkness, shadows, potentially illusions or draining powers. Light magic. Control over pure energy, light beams, blinding effects, potential healing/purification. The battle begins. The moment the match is declared, Battleretta rockets forward, leveraging her super speed to close the 100-foot gap almost instantly. She appears before Musa as a blur, her hands raised in a stance from one of her 5 martial arts. Before Musa can finish channeling a large spell, Battleretta unleashes a targeted attack. A powerful uppercut powered by superhuman strength, aimed directly at Musa's center mass. The blow is meant to test Musa's durability and interrupt her concentration right away. What does Musa do? You are up.
I'm back.
That was a swift and decisive move by Musa. Round 2, the counterattack. Musa's actions. Player: 1. Strength check/throw. You intercept Battleretta's incoming hand, assuming you also possess superhuman strength/speed, which is not listed, but we will allow it for the sake of the narrative flow and fun. You use your strength to throw Battleretta 200 feet
Well, she's not listed. Well, she's one of her battles.
down the side of Mount Cinder. 2. Impact. Battleretta's superhuman durability cushions the blow as she slams into the volcanic slope, skipping over the sharp obsidian rocks before finally crashing hard into the cold water below. 3. Summoning. Utilizing your elemental magic, Earth, you immediately summon 3 rock-assistant mangers, golems. 3 hulking humanoid figures made of dense obsidian rise from the arena floor and begin stomping toward the edge of the cliff. 1 small rock owl, Scout. A smaller winged
I mean, I put managers. Whatever.
stone creature forms and takes flight, circling toward the water below to track the opponent. Battleretta's response, AI. The moment Battleretta hits the icy water, she uses her flight power to rocket straight up and out of the water, not even slowing down to shake off the cold. She is soaking wet and furious, but her superhuman durability means she is entirely unharmed by the throw or the impact. She spots the 3 slow, approaching rock mangers and the scouting rock owl. Battleretta decides to use her speed and specialized powers to deal with the summons quickly before focusing on Musa. 1. Airborne retreat and recon. Battleretta flies 50 feet into the air, keeping clear of the heavy, slow-moving rock mangers. She uses her heat vision to quickly scan the rock mangers for any weak points, cracks, binding spells, etc., concluding they are too dense for a quick energy strike. 2. Elemental assault. Sand.
Well, let's let him have fun too, though. No, wait, no, because Musa Ben had super strength.
You are absolutely right to point out that heat vision doesn't typically scan for weak points in magic constructs. My mistake. Heat vision is primarily an offensive ability, usually used to project intense thermal energy or beams of heat. Let's correct Battleretta's actions and proceed with the updated sequence. Round 2, corrected, the elemental clash. Battleretta's revised response, AI. The moment Battleretta jets up from the water, she is soaking wet but unharmed, her superhuman durability absorbing the impacts. She spots the 3 advancing rock mangers and the rock owl. 1. Airborne retreat and recon, visual. Battleretta flies 50 feet up, relying on her sharp superhuman agility to keep clear of the rock mangers. She quickly assesses the dense obsidian figures as tough targets. 2. Elemental assault, sand. To delay and obscure, Battleretta uses her sand powers to summon a massive swirling cloud of razor-sharp volcanic sand. She drives the cloud forward, focusing its fury on the 3 rock mangers and the rock owl, attempting to grind down their surfaces and blind the owl, creating a screen between her and Musa. 3. Elemental assault, ice. Simultaneously, she unleashes a massive stream of ice breath toward the ground immediately surrounding Musa's feet, attempting to flash freeze the area and lock Musa's feet to the obsidian rock. 4. Energy blast, heat vision. Instead of scanning, Battleretta immediately fires 2 precise, high-powered beams of heat vision straight at the center mass of the 2 furthest rock mangers, attempting to superheat the obsidian and shatter the dense rock through rapid thermal expansion. Musa is currently facing a massive, blinding sandstorm that will hit her summons, mangers and owl, first. A jet of flash-freezing ice breath aimed at immobilizing her feet. 2 focused beams of heat vision impacting 2 of her rock mangers. What does Musa do next? You are up. Musa responds with a powerful display of both innate ability and magical dominance, taking the fight directly to the airborne Battleretta. Round 3, Elemental and Physical Ascent. Musa's actions, player. 1. Innate flight. You use your inherent power of flight, separate from magic, to lift swiftly off the ground, avoiding the ice breath that flash freezes the obsidian rock right where your feet were seconds before. 2. Summoning, giant fire basketball player. Utilizing elemental magic, fire, you summon a massive, towering golem composed of pure, intensely hot flame shaped like a basketball player. This giant bursts from the ground near the cliff edge and instantly begins moving toward Battleretta's aerial position, its immense heat radiating across the arena. 3. Defense, force field. You quickly erect a powerful shimmering force field around the 2 rock mangers that were targeted by heat vision. The field successfully absorbs the incoming thermal energy, causing the heat vision beams to dissipate harmlessly. 4. Offense, ascent and blast. You rocket upward, closing the distance to Battleretta. As you fly, you channel both elemental magic, fire, and elemental magic, air/lightning, into a single devastating attack. A lightning/fire blast, intended to strike her before she can react to the massive fire.
You want to put a lie? Okay, I found with that.
Air giant. Battleretta's response, AI. Battleretta is forced to
You know what? We can put air in there too. I want to say change it. No.
react instantly to the overwhelming pressure. She is trapped between a towering fire golem rising from below and a focused, dual elemental attack from Musa herself. 1. Evasion and speed. Recognizing the sheer speed and power of the lightning/fire blast, Battleretta utilizes her super speed and superhuman agility to twist and evade the direct blast at the last second. The attack still grazes her shoulder, and the combined lightning and fire strike forces a massive explosion of steam and rock dust. Her superhuman durability absorbs the glancing blow, but she feels the heat and the shock. 2. Target priority shift, the giant. Battleretta sees the colossal giant fire basketball player as the primary immediate threat due to its sheer size and heat. She must neutralize it quickly before it can land a blow. 3.
Really?
Elemental counter, mud spells. Battleretta knows 6 mud spells. She quickly recites the incantation for her most potent anti-fire/anti-rock spell, Mud Spell 5, Quenching Sludge. She unleashes a massive, pressurized geyser of thick, cold, dense volcanic mud aimed directly at the center mass and head of the giant fire basketball player, intending to smother the flames and cool the elemental core, reducing it to a pile of inert, smoking clay and ash. Battleretta is currently flying high, having just dodged your main blast, and is now committed to neutralizing the giant summon with a powerful mud spell. Musa is currently airborne, in close proximity to Battleretta. The mud spell is hurtling toward your fire golem. The rock mangers are safe, protected by the force field. What does Musa do next? You are up. Do you press the attack on Battleretta or defend your golem?
Let me think. Hans, shut up. Like, you're the most annoying character on that show.
Musa executes a daring maneuver in the air, utilizing her close proximity to Battleretta to transition from elemental combat to a devastating physical and magical attack. Round 4, Seizure and Reversal. Musa's actions. Player. 1. Ensnarement. Elemental magic metal/earth. You swiftly manifest a razor-sharp prehensile metal whip, drawing from elemental/earth magic, and lash out, wrapping it tightly around Battleretta's leg before she can accelerate away or finish her spell focus. 2. Physical throw. Leveraging your own impressive superhuman strength, as established earlier, you heave Battleretta away from you, utilizing the whip as a lever. She is sent hurtling away from the close-quarters aerial engagement toward the volcanic slopes again, forced to rely on her superhuman durability to survive the impending impact. 3. Spell Reversal, Shadow/Light Magic. With a quick snap of your fingers, you use a complex form of shadow or light magic, perhaps a specific anti-magic/manipulation spell, to perfectly reverse the incoming Mud Spell 5, Quenching Sludge. Instead of hitting your fire golem, the massive pressurized geyser of cold, dense mud reverses direction and redirects itself toward the descending Battleretta, attempting to blind, slow, and weigh her down for the hard landing. Battleretta's response. AI. Battleretta is caught completely off guard by the metal whip and the sudden physical throw. The quick reversal of her spell leaves her in a critical defensive situation. 1. Evasion. Targeted. As Battleretta hurtles toward the ground, the massive wave of her own reversed Quenching Sludge suddenly rushes at her. She activates her superhuman agility and flight simultaneously, twisting and using controlled bursts of propulsion to narrowly fly above the majority of the thick, heavy mud. However, some of the sludge splatters onto her arms and torso, hindering her movement and partially obscuring her vision. 2. Counterattack. Fire. Before she hits the ground, Battleretta unleashes her most powerful defensive maneuver, a widespread spray of pure explosive fire powers from her hands and chest. This blast creates an immediate, searing wall of flame designed to accomplish 3 goals. Clear the mud. The heat instantly vaporizes the cold mud clinging to her, freeing her limbs. Air pressure. The sudden expansion of heat and air forces a huge shockwave upward, aiming to disrupt Musa's sustained flight and spell concentration. Block line of sight. The blinding heat and smoke temporarily obscures Musa's vision, buying Battleretta a moment to recover. 3. Grounding and recovery. Battleretta finally crashes into the hard obsidian ground. Her superhuman durability ensures she is unscratched, but the impacts and rapid maneuvers have momentarily winded her. She quickly scrambles to her feet, wiping the last bits of soot and steam from her eyes. Battleretta is now grounded and actively fighting on the defense, recovering from 2 massive throws and multiple failed spells. Musa is still airborne. Musa is currently facing a powerful shockwave and a blinding cloud of heat and...
Yeah, he mean one spell and one spell for, and one spell for, and one spell reverse. That's what he means. Y'all know he just be messing up.
Steam aimed to disrupt her aerial stability and vision. Battleretta is now on the ground, possibly seeking to use her martial arts or ground-based powers. What does Musa do next? You are up.
Okay, I'm back, y'all. Let's see, I always want to do this. Some part of me want to do this always. He might find unique that some of he might find a unique.
Understood. Musa is turning Battleretta's own defensive blast against her, using the shockwave and steam to create an enormous grasping weapon. Round 5, the Grasp of Steam. Musa's actions. Player. 1. Spell Manipulation, Elemental/Shadow Magic. Ignoring the disruption, Musa utilizes a focused spell to instantly manipulate the vast expanding cloud of heat and steam created by Battleretta's fire blast. You condense and shape this energy into a colossal, shimmering heat and steam hand. 2. The Grasp. The giant hand rockets toward Battleretta, who is currently scrambling on the ground, recovering from the throw. The hand expertly manages to grab Battleretta before she can fully activate her speed or fly away. 3. The Attack. As per video description. Following your instructions, the heat and steam hand proceeds to brutally batter Battleretta by rapidly lifting and slamming her down, repeatedly...
I like how he's like, oh, I seen the video, dude. You know what? He's seen the video like in 2 seconds. The video's 14 seconds long, but he's seen it in 2 seconds.
Smashing her against the hard obsidian ground. The motion is described as...
The motion described as up and down. Okay.
Up and down, repeatedly, throwing her way around the ground. Battleretta's response. AI. Battleretta is seized and subjected to a relentless barrage of impacts. Even with superhuman durability, this level of sustained, high-speed impact against sharp volcanic rock is excruciating, and she risks being stunned or disoriented. 1. Defense. physical/energy. The moment Battle Retta is seized, she lets out a battle cry. She channels every ounce of her raw physical power into her muscles, attempting to leverage her superhuman strength to physically rip herself free from the steaming grip, but the heat and pressure of the hand are too much to overcome instantly. 2. Counterattack. Paint powers. Since a direct physical escape is failing, Battle Retta immediately activates her strange and versatile paint powers. She uses the brief moment between slams to spray a dense, thick, ultra-tacky, quick-setting paint directly onto the inside of the heat and steam hand's palm and fingers. 3. Elemental counter. Ice. Simultaneously, Battle Retta unleashes a powerful ice blast, not just breath, targeted straight up at the point where the steam hand connects to its source/Musa's spell, attempting to rapidly freeze the point of origin. The result of the counterattack? The ultra-tacky paint instantly adheres to the condensation within the steam hand, fouling the magic and causing the massive hand to stiffen, sputter, and momentarily lock in place, preventing the next slam. The ice blast strikes its target, causing a loud HSSSS as the intense heat of the steam is met with extreme cold. Battle Retta is currently trapped, but the steam hand is stalled above the ground due to the paint. Musa is airborne, and her giant fire golem and rock mangers are still active nearby. Musa is currently facing a stalled steam hand that is no longer attacking Battle Retta. Battle Retta is trapped but actively deploying disruptive powers, tacky paint, localized ice blasts. What does Musa do next? You are up.
All right. It's time to put this girl away. She's been alive too long. Yo, she's been alive way too long, man.
Musa unleashes an extremely powerful and dramatic escalation, combining her current summoned forces into a single, terrifying entity.
Let's do it, baby.
Round 6. Elemental Fusion. Musa's actions. Player. 1. Fusion spell, Elemental Magic. Seeing Battle Retta stall the steam hand and seize a moment for recovery, Musa focuses her immense power. She immediately merges the towering giant fire basketball player and the 3 remaining rock mangers, still protected by the force field, into one single, massive creature, the Fusion of Elements. 2. The Fusion Golem. This new entity is a terrifying spectacle. A colossal, semi-molten figure with a core of raging fire and lightning, surrounded by an extremely durable outer shell of shifting, sharp obsidian rock and volcanic earth. It moves with a surprising, thundering speed. 3. Attack Directive. The Fusion of Elements ignores the now stalled steam hand and focuses entirely on the grounded Battle Retta, raising a massive, glowing fist of stone and molten magma to deliver an immediate shattering blow. 4. Simultaneous Magic. At the same time, Musa maintains control over the steam hand. With the hand stalled, she uses shadow magic to rapidly drain the moisture and heat from the surrounding air, turning the steam into an inert, heavy, shadowy tar, which instantly seizes and binds Battle Retta's trapped leg even tighter, preventing any quick escape via flight or speed.
Ooh.
Battle Retta's response, AI. Battle Retta is confronted by the colossal Fusion Golem and finds her primary escape route, her leg/flight, locked down by the sticky, heavy, shadowy tar. This is a moment of critical danger. 1. Immediate threat assessment. Battle Retta realizes she cannot possibly dodge or withstand the sheer crushing force of the Fusion Golem's fist. She must create space immediately. 2. Elemental Burst. Ice and Fire. Using her most reactive powers, Battle Retta focuses all her energy into a simultaneous burst. She unleashes a blinding, localized explosion of fire powers outward, which instantly vaporizes the shadowy tar around her leg. At the same time, she releases an ice power blast directly at the ground beneath her, flash freezing the impact area to reduce the friction of the volcanic rock. 3. Evasion. Speed/agility. The instant the tar is gone, Battle Retta executes a phenomenal display of superhuman agility and speed. She leaps laterally, not flying, but jumping with impossible force, managing to pull herself just outside the crushing radius of the Fusion Golem's descending magma fist. The Golem's blow hits the ground, releasing a massive shockwave and spraying molten rock and shattered obsidian everywhere. 4. Counteroffense. Heat Vision. While still mid-air from her leap, Battle Retta locks onto Musa, who is airborne and clearly the source of the fused golem. She fires 2 sustained beams of heat vision straight at Musa, aiming to disrupt her concentration and break her control over the Fusion Golem. Musa is currently facing a focused, sustained twin blast of heat vision aimed directly at her. Battle Retta has escaped the Golem's first blow and is temporarily free, though still near the Golem's massive radius. What does Musa do next? You are up.
Alright, let's do it. I'm making this fight crazy for y'all guys.
Musa counters with incredible speed and magical creativity, turning Battle Retta's own offense into a new threat. Round 7. The Forest Assault. Moose's actions. Player. 1. Magical reversal and summoning. Elemental/shadow/light magic. As the heat vision beams fly toward you, you execute a complex maneuver. You manipulate the energy of the beams, instantly cooling and shaping the pure thermal energy into giant laser snow monsters. These two colossal, icy, glowing figures immediately turn and attack Battle Reda, who is briefly distracted by the sight of her own power attacking her. 2. Physical assault. Tackle. While Battle Reda's focus is on the unexpected new threats, you use your inherent flight and super speed to drop your altitude swiftly. You deliver a powerful tackle to the grounded Battle Reda, driving her down onto the obsidian rock, interrupting any immediate defensive plans she might have had. 3. Telekinetic throw. Before she can fully recover, you utilize telekinesis, drawn from light or shadow magic, to seize control of Battle Reda's body. You then hurl her with incredible force into the distance, where she smashes through a cluster of 5 tall trees. Her superhuman durability absorbs the impacts, but the rapid, successive slams are disorienting. 4. Tree transformation and attack. Elemental magic. The moment Battle Reda crashes through the trees, you transform them. The 5 trees morph into 5 enchanted, 6.1-foot-tall cheerleaders. The cheerleaders attack. The cheerleaders immediately spring into action, firing concentrated blasts of lightning and compressed grass/earth energy at the reeling Battle Reda. The directive. As instructed, the cheerleaders maintain a sustained aggressive rhythm, attacking Battle Reda every time she attempts to stand up, effectively pinning her down with rapid, energetic blasts. Battle Reda's response. AI. Battle Reda is pinned under a relentless magical assault, caught by the initial tackle and then slammed through the trees. 1. Impact and defense. Battle Reda's superhuman durability allows her to withstand the tackle, the 5 tree impacts, and the initial volley of lightning and grass blasts. However, the electrical shocks are painful, and the relentless nature of the assault is preventing her from formulating a proper counter. 2. Escape, Mud Spell. Knowing she must escape the pin, Battle Reda quickly focuses and casts Mud Spell 3, Eruption Bubble. She slams her fist onto the ground, and a massive, thick, pressurized bubble of volcanic mud instantly explodes from the earth between her and the cheerleaders. This creates a temporary, obscuring wall of debris and thick, foul mud that immediately smothers the first volley of lightning and grass blasts. 3. Counter, Ice Breath and Flight. Battle Reda uses the precious second of visual cover provided by the mud bubble to unleash a wide-angle ice breath blast across the area, attempting to flash freeze the 5 cheerleaders into statues. Simultaneously, she leverages her super speed and flight to burst vertically out of the mud and escape the perimeter of the cheerleaders' attack radius. She is now flying high above the arena, taking deep breaths and assessing the state of the battlefield. Musa is currently facing. Battle Reda is free, airborne, and seeking a definitive strike. The fusion golem is still active but currently out of range. The cheerleaders may be frozen, if the ice breath was successful, or still active, if the mud shield bought them enough time. What does Musa do next? You are up.
All right. Hang on, okay, Denai having trouble, y'all, so he was just having trouble understanding.
Musa capitalizes on Battle Reda's moment of airborne stabilization with a rapid, concentrated lightning strike. Round 8. The Sky Shock. Musa's actions. Player. 1. Lightning Blast. Elemental Magic. Utilizing your mastery over the elements, you immediately channel a highly focused, high-voltage lightning blast straight at the airborne Battle Reda before she can execute her next move or gain significant altitude. The attack is designed to be swift, powerful, and disruptive. Battle Reda's response. AI. Battle Reda, already slightly hindered by the earlier impacts and fighting defensively, is struck mid-air by the lightning blast. 1. Impact and defense. The lightning hits Battle Reda directly. While her superhuman durability prevents the blast from disintegrating her, the massive electrical energy surge causes her entire body to lock up and convulse violently. The pain is intense, and the shock successfully disrupts her flight stabilizer and concentration. 2. Forced descent. The power of the blast sends Battle Reda plummeting rapidly back toward the ground. As she falls, she quickly tries to deploy her powers, but the electrical overload causes a chaotic reaction. She attempts a desperate ice breath to slow her fall, and a flash of fire to clear the residual electricity, resulting in a confusing, vaporizing cloud of steam and icy chunks as she crashes. 3. Landing and recovery. Battle Reda slams into the ground, creating a deep crater in the obsidian rock. Her superhuman durability saves her, but the combined electric shock and physical impact leave her temporarily stunned and disoriented, lying motionless at the bottom of the smoking crater. Her systems need a moment to reboot and shake off the overwhelming energy. Musa's current advantage. Battle Retta is stunned. She is temporarily incapacitated and vulnerable in a crater on the ground. The fusion golem is still active and only needs a directive. The laser snow monsters, and potentially the cheerleaders, are still active summons nearby, depending on the success of Battle Retta's previous ice blast. What does Musa do next? You are up. This is your opportunity to press the attack or execute a finishing move.
The vine bind. Yeah, let's turn them into vines. We don't really need them anymore. They're just sitting there being...
Musa presses her advantage with a move that seeks to instantly restrain Battle Retta, replacing raw power with the binding force of nature. Round 9. The Vine Bind. Musa's actions. Player. 1. Mass transformation and transmutation. Elemental magic earth life. While Battle Retta is momentarily stunned in the crater, Musa executes a major magical shift. You transmute your most powerful remaining summons, the massive fusion golem, fire/rock, and the 2 giant laser snow monsters, light ice, into dense, magically reinforced, razor-sharp vines. 2. The Bind. These vines converge instantly on the crater where Battle Retta lies. Moving with lightning speed, they coil around her entire body, arms, legs, torso, and neck, pinning her completely within the crater. They tighten with immense, crushing force derived from the golem's original strength, attempting to compress her body and fully restrict movement. 3. Containment. The vines are not just physical, they are magically charged, drawing power from the elemental sources they were transmuted from, making them resistant to simple physical force or heat. Battle Retta's response. AI. Battle Retta is caught in the vines while still recovering from the lightning strike, a critical position that threatens to end the fight. 1. Immediate resistance. Superhuman strength. The moment Battle Retta's systems clear the electric shock, she immediately attempts to use her superhuman strength to flex and burst free from the dense vines. The vines strain and groan under the pressure, but their magical reinforcement holds, only tightening further and cutting into her flesh. 2. Elemental evasion, ice breath and fire powers. Seeing that brute strength is insufficient, Battle Retta immediately tries an elemental combination. She directs a concentrated blast of ice breath downward, attempting to flash freeze the vines directly beneath her. At the same time, she releases small, localized bursts of fire powers from her hands and chest, trying to shear and burn the vines that are constricting her torso. 3. The result. The combination has mixed results. The ice breath freezes some of the lower vines, but their rock core from the golem resists fracturing, only making them brittle in spots. The localized fire bursts successfully burn through the vines immediately around her hands, freeing her arms just enough for limited movement. 4. Escape plan. Mud spell. With her arms partially free, Battle Retta quickly slams both hands against the floor of the crater and casts Mud Spell 6, Subterranean Retreat. A massive hole of loose, flowing cold mud instantly opens beneath her. Utilizing her super speed and superhuman agility in the tight space, she pulls herself free from the remaining vines and drops down into the rapidly opening tunnel. Battle Retta has escaped the bind, but she is now underground, potentially using the tunnel to reposition. Musa is currently facing. Battle Retta is out of sight, having used a mud-based escape route underground. The fusion golem and laser snow monsters have been spent, replaced by a tangled mess of powerful vines in the crater. Musa is airborne, needing to track her opponent. What does Musa do next? You are up. How do you draw Battle Retta out or track her underground?
Oh. Got something for her. I'm back. Hang on. Okay.
Musa shows remarkable cunning, utilizing a non-standard form of magic to achieve total stealth before launching a devastating dual elemental attack. Round 10, the Invisible Hunter. Musa's actions. Player. 1. Tracking and descent. Musa swiftly follows Battle Retta, descending from her aerial position and tracking the vibrations and faint elemental residue left by the subterranean retreat.
From my air position.
Spell. You locate the other end of the tunnel Battle Retta is using to reposition herself. 2. Invisibility spell, non-light/shadow. Just as Battle Retta emerges from the tunnel, you cast a specialized non-elemental, non-light, and non-shadow invisibility spell. This is a pure magical camouflage that perfectly masks your presence and movement. 3. Ambush. Completely unseen, you close the distance. You unleash a barrage of 13 powerful fire/light blasts, a rapid-fire combination of pure radiant energy and scorching elemental fire, aimed at the completely unprepared Battle Retta. Battle Retta's response, AI. Battle Retta emerges from the cold mud tunnel, dirty but momentarily safe, taking deep breaths and using her superhuman agility to quickly assess the environment and plan her next move. She senses no immediate magical presence. 1. The unseen attack. Battle Retta has absolutely no warning. The 13 fire/light blasts hit her squarely, one after the other in rapid succession. The combined pure energy and intense fire is an overwhelming assault. 2. Defense and damage. Her superhuman durability is pushed to its absolute limit, enduring the intense heat and concussive force of the blasts. She is blown backward violently by the sheer force, slamming through a cluster of the arena's remaining obsidian spires. 3. Critical stun. Battle Retta is now severely damaged, smoking, and her body is momentarily locked up from the intense thermal and light energy. She is completely incapacitated and unable to move or cast spells, sinking unconscious to the ground amidst the
I spoil it.
rubble. Her eyes roll back, and her powerful body finally succumbs to the cumulative assault. KO. Musa wins. Battle Retta is defeated. The sorceress Musa wins the battle by utilizing a brilliant mix of elemental transmutation, physical force, and a perfectly executed invisible ambush. That was a truly epic and complex battle. You used every category of Musa's magic, constantly keeping Battle Retta off balance and outmaneuvered. Well done. Would you like to analyze the fight, or perhaps set up a new battle scenario?
This is Musa's like pretty much like 5th or 6th battle scenario in total, if you'll be honest. But for Gemini, it's actually 4th because it is.
That was an incredible display of magical strategy and power. I'd be happy to grade Musa's performance against Battle Retta. I'll grade Musa on 3 criteria: strategic prowess, power control, and resource management. Musa's battle grade, A+. Criteria: assessment, rationale, strategic prowess, A+, exceptional. Musa constantly countered Battle Retta's core strengths, speed/durability, by denying her room to maneuver, whip, tackle, vines, and forcing her to fight summons first. The use of the invisibility spell for the finishing move was a perfect tactical ambush that utilized Battle Retta's disorientation to its maximum potential. Power control, A+, flawless. Musa showed total mastery over her wide array of magics. Key moves like the spell reversal, mud spell, the fusion of elements, fire golem plus rock mangers, and the quick-thinking transformation of heat vision into laser snow monsters demonstrated complex, multi-elemental control and magical creativity. Resource management. A. Excellent. Musa successfully used her summons, golems, owl, cheerleaders, as both shields and transformation fodder, ensuring they were never truly wasted. She only committed her highest power moves, Fusion Golem, 13 Blast Ambush, when the opponent was already stunned or distracted, making every major spell count. Key highlights of Musa's performance. Adaptability. Musa seamlessly transitioned from physical combat, the initial throw, the tackle, to aerial dominance and elemental complexity.
Thank you.
Turning the tables, the most impressive sequences were taking Battle Retta's mud spell and heat vision and immediately weaponizing them against her. The finish. The decision to spend her fusion golem and snow monsters to create the binding vines, followed by the use of a non-elemental invisibility spell for the final 13 blast ambush, was a masterclass in reading the opponent's defensive limits and executing a precise knockout. Overall, Musa fought a nearly flawless tactical and magical battle, constantly keeping the vastly powerful Battle Retta on the defensive until the final decisive strike. Given Battle Retta's warrior nature, her immense power, and her superhuman durability which allows her to survive severe damage, it's highly likely she would seek a rematch with Musa. Here's why a rematch is probable. Warrior's pride. Battle Retta is a warrior of fighting. Warriors rarely accept a defeat as final. They often view—
Oh, she want to fight again. You fight her again, you're going to have to beat her butt, drag her back by her head, punch her in her face 3 times. You're going to have to beat her up again. You're going to fight her again. 2.0, you have to fight her again. That's what it is. If she wants to throw hands again, we can throw hands again.
but as a learning experience that fuels the desire for a decisive victory. The nature of the loss: she was defeated by being outmaneuvered, ambushed, and overpowered by sustained magical synergy. A fighter like her would analyze those tactics, especially the invisibility spell and the fusion golem transformation,
used to that,
and try
though.
to develop specific counters, perhaps focusing on area of effect elemental saturation or seeking anti-magic defenses, before challenging Musa again.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Survival.
Maybe.
Since she was only knocked out, KO, and not permanently destroyed, her superhuman durability ensures she'll recover quickly, making a return to the fight inevitable once she's recovered and rearmed with a new strategy. She'd probably challenge Musa again after training to resist complex magical transformation and binding spells.
Well, if we do a rematch, she's still getting her butt. Just saying.
That's the spirit. It sounds like you're confident in Musa's magical superiority. A good rematch always depends on how well the loser adapts. Battle.Retta would certainly have to come up with a powerful new strategy to overcome Musa's versatility and surprise attacks. Would you like to brainstorm what upgrades or new tactics Battle.Retta might employ for a second round? It could make for an even more intense fight.
Maybe one day. Because it could be one day I actually might want to do that.
I can certainly say hi. Hello. Hello there.
Hang on. Okay.
No, that's not how iShowSpeed's dad, Darren Watkins Sr., typically greets people. If you're referencing his online personality, he usually has a more energetic, enthusiastic, and often drawn-out greeting. A greeting closer to his style might be, "Hey, how y'all doing today? Darren, man. The greatest to ever do it."
Ever do it? No. That's the Mark 47. Okay, cool. Hang on, y'all. What, man? You can do. Oh.
NLE Choppa's style is generally more direct and can include elements of bravado and energy often seen in his music and videos. A greeting in his style might be something like, "What's good? Yeah, man. It's Choppa in the building."
Well, he's a rapper, Joe. Yeah, remember that. He's a rapper after all. So, who's the 3 top rappers? I don't really care, but... Oh. Oh, this year, not tier. Kendrick Lamar, Dwight Drake on there.
Determining the top rappers of any year is always subjective, as success can be measured by different metrics like album sales, streaming numbers, critical acclaim, cultural impact, or touring revenue. However, based on broad industry performance and cultural visibility in 2025, here are 3 artists who would likely be in the conversation. top contenders for 2025. 1. Kendrick Lamar. He remains a critical and commercial powerhouse. Any album or major feature he releases commands immediate attention and typically dominates the conversation in terms of lyrical depth and conceptual execution. His impact goes beyond just streams, he drives cultural narratives. 2. Drake. Drake continues to be the dominant force in streaming and chart performance globally. His releases generate massive numbers, and his ability to consistently evolve his sound and remain relevant across various hip-hop subgenres ensures his place at the top in terms of sheer commercial success and ubiquity. 3. Travis Scott. Known for massive stadium tours and high-profile brand collaborations, Travis Scott's impact often merges music with large-scale cultural events. His blend of psychedelic trap music, massive production quality, and cross-platform presence keeps him firmly in the highest tier of commercial influence. Other artists who are frequently mentioned in these discussions include J. Cole, for his consistent lyrical quality and commercial appeal, and often a breakout star who dominated the year's headlines.
Okay, thanks for the info.
You're welcome. Bye.
Alright, y'all, make sure you like and share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time, because we are out. See ya.